So I just came back from an awesome trip in Red River Gorge, and I realized one of the things I haven't done in this channel before is to show you exactly what type of backpacking clothes I wear. Sure, I've gone over this kind of in theory about what to purchase and what to buy, but I haven't gone over my personal gear before for what I'm wearing on these backpacking trips. So let's start first of all, of course, with general outerwear. For just general rain gear, the Outdoor Research Helium 2 jacket. It's lightweight. I think this one is about maybe a little under 7 ounces, I believe. And it does a nice job of keeping me dry without wetting out. And I just think it's a fantastic piece of gear. I use it without caution or without reservation when you go through, thick, more wooded off-trail areas. I don't care about it, getting scratched or torn up. I don't think it's like a frog togs or anything. It works really well. For this year, the Enlighten Equipment Torrid jacket, which is a synthetic jacket, is taking the place of the Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer for me. So far, I am super impressed. I'm not ready to do a review yet or anything. I'm going to wait towards the end of this year. But really impressed with in terms of it being lighter than the Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer jacket, but also just does a fantastic job of keeping me warm. And it does everything I need to do so far. In terms of actual clothing that I wear, I always have 2 pairs of ex officio underwear. You wonder why not 3, why not more? I just don't think it's really that necessary. I carry 2, and on longer trips, I just rotate them. So I wash 1, wear 1. Hang outside my pack to dry while I walk, and 2 pair of underwear is enough to kind of get me by. As long as I'm able to get to a water source fairly early, rinse out what I need to rinse out. Of course, this is not a drinking water source. Rinse out what I need to rinse out and then leave it outside to hang. So sleeping clothes, for example, I have the Under Armour 2.0 leggings that carries me through, in terms of spring and fall weathers. In the dead of summer, you'll probably see the leggings go away, and I just wear some light cotton, believe it or not, cotton shorts, depending on where I'm going. If I'm in the mountains and higher up in altitude, I will bring the leggings, but the leggings in the dead of summer, once again, depending on the location, I'm gonna ditch the leggings. But the Under Armour 2.0 leggings, and then Polar Max long sleeve shirt. This thing is so light and so awesome. It's one of my favorite pieces of gear that I carry in terms of clothing. And that's pretty much my sleep clothes. I also bring 2 pair of Right socks, and I do the same thing I do with the underwear. 1 for sleeping, and then as soon as I get to a place I can kind of just rinse out my clothing, I'll go ahead and rinse out my socks as well. The Z-Packs Microfleece hat. The only reason that I use this hat over any other hat is because it's super light. It's 1 ounce. If I could make this myself in a different color and put my own brand on there or something else, I totally would. It's just 1 ounce, and that's why I carry it. Undershirt I use pretty much year round. I have multiple of these. Is the Russell, I think it's Russell athletic gear. I think I got this one from Walmart or Amazon. It was really cheap, and it's just a short sleeve synthetic shirt that I wear. So in terms of my Columbia shirt that you'll see year round no matter where I go, I just change out the shirts and use a different shade of blue. This is the Columbia Silver Ridge shirt. I love it because it has vents at the back. The sleeves roll up and you can kind of tuck them away. It kind of folds up, but also has a buttoned clasp, and it works really well. It dries really fast. Go back to Columbia. Fantastic clothing, no issues here. I used to use these Marmot Arch Rock pants, but unfortunately I couldn't find them on sale, the exact model or whatever, for a fairly reasonable price. It got pretty pricey. These are the Columbia Pilsner Peak pants, and I am really impressed with these so far. Now they're a little bit more form-fitting than some of the other hiking pants, so if you don't like slimmer fit, then this pants is probably not for you. But once again, anything synthetic will work. This is just what I use. I forgot to mention, for a rain skirt or rain kilt, I use the Z-Packs rain kilt. It's just easy, it doubles as a ground sheet, and so that comes as well in terms of clothing. And I included this microfiber towel as clothing. This is a Sea to Summit dry light towel, Now your towel doesn't have to be a dry light towel. There's tons of microfiber options out there. Just go cheap with what you have, and that will work really well. So that's it. That's exactly what I'm wearing out on the trail. If you were too afraid to ask, Tim, what exactly is that pair of pants you're wearing, or what exactly is that shirt? This is the video for you. So I want to know, what are your top 2 pieces of clothing that you wear on the trail? Now, most people will go back to their same old tried and true every time. I know you do. You're pretty much wearing the same thing for every trip. So what is it? What is your go-to? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.